is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to look at Unearth, a 2 to 4 player game by Brother Wise Games. So let's go down the table, I'll give you a general overview of the rules, and we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and set up a game of Unearth. At the start of the game, you're going to place all these stone resources into the bag. And you're going to give each player 2 delve cards, which are going to be these guys right here. And they're going to give you different abilities that you can use. You can, like this one here, you can give -2 to any 1 die already on a ruin. And this one here, you can gain +2 to any die already on a ruin. And then you're also going to get a one of the cards, ruin deck cards, and this is going to be face down. You're going to hide it until the end of the game. We'll get over the importance of that in a second. You're going to randomly choose one of these end of age cards, which will happen towards the end of the game, and they do different things. So you're going to just randomly get one of these, and you're going to put the rest in the box. You're going to go ahead and place 5 of these ruin cards out. Let's move this off to the side here. This will be at the end. Wow. All right. So you place 5 of these guys out. And then once all 5 of these are out, you're going to place a number of the stones from the bag on each ruin. And this is indicated by the hex-shaped icon on the bottom right-hand corner of each ruin. So like if you look right here at this guy, I'm going to put 2 of the stones on it. And this is going to be randomly from the bag. So you'll just do here. This one will get 2. This one will get 3. Get 3, and that guy will get 2. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take these wonder cards, named wonder cards, and you're going to draw cards equal to the number of players +2. So if we're going to do a 4-player game, there'll be 6 of these guys out. And they're going to go across the top here, and we're going to do that right now. So we'll go ahead and put 6 of these guys out. And then you're going to take the tokens and place them on them appropriately. I'll do that real quick. Okay, and that's basically what it's going to look like for the start of the game here. And notice that you also have to put up the greater and lesser wonders down on the bottom. And that's your 6 wonders on the top for a 4-player game. What you're going to do then is you're going to take your turns, and your turn order is going to be a delve phase and an excavation phase. You're going to roll your dice, and you get 3 6-sided dice, 1 8-sided dice, and 1 4-sided dice. So obviously your maxes are different per the dice. And on this time you can play any number of delve cards from your hand. So you start off with 2. So you can play any of these if you wish. And delve cards are resolved immediately in the order that they're played and then discarded. Some delve cards result in rerolls of the dice that you've already done, so they can help you out if you have a bad roll. And the other thing is the excavation phase. You must roll 1 of the dice in your dice pool. So like at the start of the game you start rolling it, but you'll see that that happens again. And you can place them on rune cards in the center of the table. So this is what you're going to use to excavate. You have to declare which die you're going to put on a specific one before you do it. So let's say I'm going to roll this guy. Okay, I'm going to put it on this one. So I rolled a 6, and I'm going to go ahead and set him on here. Now, a couple different things can happen when you place these dice on here. One thing that can happen is that you have to check to see if you're able to claim the ruin, and then that'll need to be resolved. So when you claim a ruin, you check to see if the total of all dice is greater or equal than the claim number. Like this one here is going to be 17. So what will happen then is the player with the highest individual die result, that player then adds the claimed ruin to their face-up collection, which is going to be down here. And I have one face-down ruin that no one knows what it is that I got dealt at the beginning of the game. The player that did not claim the ruin draw cards from the delve deck equal to the number of dice they had on the ruin. So if this one had, I know this doesn't numerically add up, but these players would each roll one die, or not roll one die, each get a delve card for one each, since they had one dice on there that, let's see if I can set this upward. Actually, it looks like it claimed it. Like this, let's say this was a 6, so 6, 12, and then we'll add another 3. So that would be enough to claim it. These two players would each get a delve card. And once the ruin is claimed, all these dice get returned, and all the stones remaining on the ruin go back to the cloth bag, which I'll explain that in a second, how to get the ruins. But that's basically how you claim a ruin, and then that's the check that you get once you place it on there to equal that value or higher. That'll immediately happen. When you roll a 1 or 2 during either phase, you can immediately take a stone of your choice from the ruin you rolled on and put it on your tableau. So let's say, and that's pretty cool. That's another thing you can do too, because the stones become very important. They're going to be how you get these wonders on the top. So let's say I wanted to do this one, and I rolled a 1, and I placed it on here. I can pick one of these guys and put it on here, and then we're going to make patterns with these in order to claim these cards on the top. That is the things that can happen during your turn or on opponent's turn. We can go into a couple different things. So there's claiming these ruins on the or these wonders on the top, or these greater ones. We can do a couple different ways. If you look at this guy, at the end of the game you're going to score 1 point, but the way you claim this one is you're going to have 4 of these. So you'll be like, set it up something like this. And then you can have 2 of any type. So I could have like 2 of these blue. And then if I do that, I can claim this Temple of Flames, and it'll go into my tableau, and I now have that wonder. And at the end of the game, I score 1 point for every red stone I have, which is pretty cool. And the same with these greater or lesser wonders. When I do these guys, these are just simply points. They're randomly on the bottom of this. So there's a pretty good stack of these guys. I didn't put them out, but there's a pretty good stack of them. And this one, you just have to have any color. So you're trying to make these little surrounding resources to claim these guys. So that's another thing you get to do on your turn, another way of getting points. Okay, and this is, again, just a super brief overview. I'm just going over this really quick. So if I missed rules or I messed them up a little bit, I'm sorry. This is just to give a general idea of the game. The game actually comes with a pretty cool player card that helps you summarize your turns really nicely, and they show you how to do the scoring at the end. One thing we need to talk about real quick is the game ends simply when the last ruin has been claimed. The game ends and the points are scored, and they are scored as follow. The player reveals their hidden ruin and scores points for each set of matching ruins they have. So I would want more of these guys so I could get points for those, and the points again for them are here. If I have 1, it's 2. If I have a pair, it's 6. If I have 3, it's 12. If I have 4, it's 20. And if I have 5, it's 30. And the other thing too, you're going to score additional points for collecting a set of each of the 5 different runes. So that's going to be 5 points. You're also going to score points for the lesser and greater wonders. So that's going to be these guys where you flip them and they're just going to say like 3 points for the lesser ones or different random values. Basically, it's going to be between 2 and 4 points. And the greater wonders are between 6 and 8. So you're going to score all those guys up. Then if you have 3 wonders of any build type, so if you have 3 different wonders of the different types, you're going to score additional 5 points for that. And any points that you get from these wonders up top, you're going to do that. And then the person with the highest score wins. And that is a super brief overview of how to play Unearth. Let's go back to the table here and I'll give you my final thoughts on this game. So, Unearth by Brotherwise Games is a really fun sort of push your luck set collection game. You're going to be going in and you're going to be rolling these dice on the different runes, trying to see if you're going to collect them for points and potentially get different of the little resources that you can use to get lesser and greater wonders for extra points at the end of the game if you roll low numbers. So I like the fact that it's beneficial if you roll low numbers, and it's beneficial if you roll high numbers. So whatever you roll, it helps in Unearth. So if you're looking for a mid-weight game that is a lot of fun to play with 2 to 4 players and doesn't take very much time to teach, Unearth might be for you. So I recommend Unearth by Brotherwise Games.